Nobody told me. That's the thing. Nobody told me that at 48, I'd be the most committed athlete I've ever been in my life, and also completely falling apart from the inside. Nobody told me those two things could be true at the same time. Nobody told me.
Janine, wide, go wide. She can't catch you. She's my age. Go on, Janine. Got it, Karen.
Your body is not the enemy. It is the instrument. Learn the difference.
I headed it. I actually headed it.
Right knee, I've been blaming that since March. The sweating during training, I told Danny it's because I work harder than the others, which is true, but also not only true. The thing where I walked into the staff room and completely forgot why? Stress of the term, I said. My husband's sleeping on the sofa 3 times last week because apparently I'm generating, his words, a concerning amount of heat. And I told him he was just cold-blooded. I have been explaining myself to myself for 14 months, and the other day, Priya, she's our midfielder, she's a GP actually. She said something to me after training. She said, very casual, like she was commenting on the weather, Karen, have you had your hormone levels checked? And I wanted to say I'm fine. And instead, what came out was, I don't think I'm fine.
I need to sleep better. I installed blackout curtains, £180. They continued. 11 months I slept on average 4 to 5 hours. And every morning I stood in front of 15 young women and told them recovery is the most important part of performance. The irony was not lost on me, but I was not going to say it out loud. Because I spent 20 years being the woman in a room full of men who thought women's football was less. I learned to perform competence until the competence arrived. That is not always a bad skill, but I was using it on my own body now, performing fine to myself in my own bedroom at 3 a.m. That is not the same thing.
Here is what the research tells us, and it has taken the research a very long time to get around to telling us. Menopause affects approximately 51% of the global population. At some point, in some form, perimenopause can begin as early as 35. Most women are not told this. A landmark 2025 study surveyed female athletes. Many reported symptoms impacting their training. In some form, perimenopause can begin as early as 35. Most women are not told this. A landmark 2025 study surveyed female athletes. Many reported symptoms impacting their training.
Women who trained at least 3 days a week, doing everything right. Sleep disruption was the most frequently reported symptom. Fatigue was a close second.
Anxiety, a significant third, reported by women who describe themselves as not anxious people. 47% reported their training was negatively affected. And crucially, almost none of them had support specific to their athletic needs, because the medical system built its menopause knowledge around sedentary women. The active woman, the athlete, the player, the coach, was written out of the research almost entirely.
Almost done, D. Okay, so nobody warned me, and I want to start there because I'm a smart woman. I work in HR. I have facilitate sensitivity training. I know things, and this is my clinical assessment. Like your body, I have a complete management restructuring without informing senior leadership, which is me. I'm senior leadership. My body fired me without a meeting. Hot flushes, I thought I had a temperature. For 11 months, I was testing myself for fever. Brain fog, I thought I was developing early onset something. I went to a neurologist. Neurologist said, have you considered that you might be perimenopausal? I said, I'm 49. That doesn't happen at 49. She looked at me with very specific patience and said, it absolutely does happen at 49. I went home, I cried, not because I was sad, but the word meant I wasn't going mad. You cannot address what has no name.
Take your time, love. Ball's not going anywhere.
She knows, Jan. We all know.
I'm fine. Absolutely. Ginny, stop looking at me like that. I'm looking at you with recognition, Karen. It's different from concern.
Right. So, I've been coaching this team for 4 years. I know these women. I know Margaret's left knee is worse in the cold. I know Janine needs a warm-up that's twice as long as she says she does. I know Karen's at her best when she's slightly annoyed. I know all of that. What I didn't know, what Karen had to kind of tell me last week in a way that suggested was what she's been going through. And I'm her husband. 4 years, same house, same bed, well, sometimes the sofa. And now I understand why. I didn't know. Not because she hid it, because nobody gave me the language, and I didn't go looking, did I? Because I thought, that's her thing, women's thing. She'll tell me what I need to know. The thing is, she was trying to manage it alone, partly because she thought I couldn't handle it. And honestly, she wasn't completely wrong about that. But she was wrong enough that I needed to step up.
I was 36 when it started. I know that because I went back and looked at my own notes. I keep a health diary, occupational habit, and the symptoms were there. Clear as anything.
Irregular cycles, I wrote stress. Sleep disruption, I wrote on-call schedule. Low mood in January, February, I wrote January, isn't it? Joint stiffness in the mornings. I wrote need better stretching routine. I am a GP, I have a medical degree. I have sat with hundreds of women going through exactly this and given them information leaflets and referral letters, and I did not recognize it in myself for 14 months because somewhere in my training I had internalized this idea that perimenopause was something that happened to someone older. I was 36, I was still running 10Ks, I was playing football twice a week. I was not perimenopausal, except that I was. Perimenopause can begin from 35. I knew this fact. I had not connected it to myself. There is a gap between knowing something and believing it applies to you. That gap is exactly where we lose people.
Estrogen, this is the player that runs your entire team. Estrogen does not just manage reproduction. It manages bone density, it manages cardiovascular health. It manages mood regulation. It manages sleep architecture. It manages cognitive function, the sharpness, the memory, the concentration. It manages collagen production, which is why your joints feel different. It manages thermoregulation, which is the hot flushes. It manages muscle recovery. When estrogen begins its long, gradual, nonlinear decline.
During perimenopause, you are not losing one function, you are losing your team captain. The rest of the team does not stop, but everything becomes harder. Everything requires more deliberate management. The research tells us, specifically for active women, physical activity helps significantly. The Hamilton et al. 25 study on 108 women found that regular exercise is one of the strongest protective factors against the most severe menopausal symptoms. But, and this is what nobody in sports science says loudly enough, menopausal symptoms also interfere with physical activity. Sleep disruption reduces performance. Anxiety makes starting sessions harder. Joint changes require modified training. This is not weakness. This is biomechanics. Your training plan needs to adapt. What helps? Specifically, for active women, 1. Name it early. Perimenopause from 35. If you have irregular cycles, changes in sleep, mood shifts, joint changes, brain fog, ask your GP. Say the word perimenopause. Don't wait for it to be obvious. 2. Hormone replacement therapy has been significantly reanalyzed. The risk profile for most healthy women, particularly those beginning HRT before 60 or in 10 years of menopause, is very different from the initial headlines. Talk to your doctor. Individually. Strength training is medicine. Estrogen protects bone density. When it declines, targeted strength work compensates. This is not optional for active women. It is clinical. 4. Sleep is the non-negotiable. Every performance metric, cognitive, physical, emotional, is downstream sleep. Address sleep with support. 5. Tell someone, on your team, on your coaching staff. The women who reported having social support through menopause had significantly better outcomes. The football pitch specifically has been shown to provide that community function.
I should have told you earlier. I know that.
I should have asked.
You didn't know to ask.
No. But I should have been paying attention in a way that made you feel like you could tell me.
The sofa thing. You said it like a temperature reading thing, not a how are you doing thing, so it felt like I was inconveniencing you with my body, which I know you didn't mean.
I didn't mean that.
I know. But I'd been feeling like my body was inconveniencing me for months. And I didn't need it coming from home as well.
Right. Yeah. I'm sorry come to GP appointment with me.
And I need you to stop making a big thing about the duvet being on my side.
Yeah.
I need you to learn something about this. Not from me, when I'm in the middle of a hot flush. Proper learn, so you know what you're looking at.
Here is what I want to say to the woman who is in the middle of it right now. The 47-year-old version of me. Standing in her kitchen at 3 a.m., sweating through her third shirt of the night, convinced she is losing her mind. It is not. And I know that's not enough. Right now, in 3 a.m. in the kitchen, that is not enough. But I want to say it anyway. A peers helped me. A pitching. But because the pitch had rules I could follow. The rules didn't care what my estrogen was doing. I showed up, I moved, my body remembered it was capable. And those 6 women who I met at 47 strangers who have become the closest friends of my adult life. They did not fix my menopause, they made me feel less alone inside it. That is not a small thing, that is possibly the main thing.
Stop a moment. Come in. I want to talk to you about something that is not in your training plan. And I want to talk to you about it now, while you are young. Because nobody talked to me about it when standing. You were standing, not just from train. Young boys was changing, you will change. From biology, across time, you will experience menstrual cycle effects on performance. There is research on this, your club has resources. And one day, further away from most of you, you will navigate a hormonal transition that no one in professional football currently has a proper support framework for. I am 43, I am in that transition, I am telling you this as your coach, not because I need your sympathy, I need your understanding. Understanding that the women coaching you, managing you, officiating you, are doing extraordinary work in a body that is being given inadequate support. And I want you to know that so that when you are the coaches, you build something different. If any of you are struggling with anything related to your cycle affecting your training, my door is open. Not as a coach making an assessment, as someone who wishes that door had been open for me 20 years ago. I got my hormone levels checked. Priya was right, perimenopause. It's been 3 months on HRT. The night sweets are almost gone. The brain fog has lifted. My right knee is still my right knee. But now I know what's mine and what's hormonal. The football I never stopped, but now I understand what I'm playing through. And so does Danny. I found a doctor who understood athletic menopause. 3rd doctor. Worth finding. I've started a resource program at the academy. It will be there when my players need it. That matters to me more than I expected. Last one to leave, always.
Hurry up, Denise.
I am 52, post-menopausal, and the most physically confident I have ever been in my life. I want to say that clearly, because nobody writes that sentence. Everyone writes the during, the suffering. Someone has to write the after. I'm writing it, with my boots on like you.
I changed how I consult on this. I ask younger now. I say the word perimenopause to women in their mid-30s. I watch their faces change.
That's so proactive. I wish I'd known.
Exactly. Knowledge is power. The relief of being asked about something they thought they were imagining. And I play football twice a week. And I tell my patients.
Second half. That's what this is. You don't walk off at half-time because the first half was hard. You adjust your formation. You talk to your team. You drink some water. And then you go back out there